Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Ben Thomas Show. This is the Toy Hunt and Store Tour number 5, and today I'm going to take a look at Phoenix Comics here in Calgary, Alberta. Now, this is the first time I've ever been in this location, but I hear that they have a whole basement level filled with action figures and pops, as well as a whole main level filled with statues, figures, pops, comics, you name it. So if you guys like this video, make sure you hit the like button for me, smash the subscribe, and let's get in there. So the first thing I want to say, when you walk in the door here, this is a very busy location. They have a very busy street out front, so I couldn't take much in the way of a recording outside of the building other than the photo I showed you guys. But that iconic Batman symbol draws me right in, and immediately walking into the store, you get a chance to see figures and statues literally right off the bat. Now what I'm noticing here is the orange price tags, because not only are they easy to spot, but some of these are actually pretty well priced. Now, is that just because these are the figures and statues right at the front door? That remains to be seen. We've got a lot of store left to take a look at today. I'm going to take some brief overviews of the comic books here. I'm going to show you guys some covers essentially that they have on display, but I'm not going to spend a ton of time on the comics. Again, I'm looking for action figures, most specifically Batman The Adventures Continues line. Those are going to be really important for me to find. But this book I wanted to show you guys because it stands out. That Venom cover with him holding Spider-Man's head, I'm actually cross-stitching that image right now. So I may come back and buy that specific comic. But we'll see, because there's a lot of store here left. But I'd love to hear from you guys who are comic book fans. Do you typically look for the classic covers of your favorite books, or do you like looking for variants? For me, because I don't necessarily collect comics, variants often stand out, because it's a lot more in terms of cover art, as opposed to having kind of all the writing all over it and price tags and all that good stuff. I like the art of books, but again, figures are really what draw my eye. And this store already doesn't disappoint. Even small characters like this, I mean, you see Angelus from Buffy. What a random inclusion. It even comes with a diorama. Kind of cool. Now you're going to get a chance to see here that the store goes on quite a ways. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is the main floor of the building, but it also has a basement level. And I'm told that in the basement level there are actually more figures down there than on the upper level. But on this main level, some of the comic book covers they have on display are extremely eye-catching. Spider-Man variants have always been something that catch my eye, especially Venom. Venom is one of my favorite characters of all time. I'm actually working on a video right now reviewing the Marvel Select Venom, so stay tuned for that video later in the week. But again, figures are all over the place. So we've got some Mario here. I think some of these Mario figures are actually kind of cute. I don't think I would display them in my own collection, but I can understand why there's a market for them. Some of the Legends figures that these guys have are unique to this location. I haven't seen some of these at the bigger box stores like Toys R Us and even some of the other smaller comic book stores, to be honest. Now, I talked to the owner here, and they mentioned that they really do try and cultivate a pretty broad selection of both comic book art as well as figures. They don't want to be like every other store. And I know that this store specifically also has a pretty large selection of horror figures. So that's unique. I'm excited to check that out. Now, do any of these books catch your eyes? Again, I'm just doing a very quick pan over these because I really want to get to the figures. But I like the look of these. Now, since this is my first time in this location, it's going to be kind of all over the place, and I appreciate you guys bearing with me for that. Some of these figures are popping off the shelf immediately. The Nun? The Owl Man? Silent Hill 2? Like, what? Oh, that's creepy. Can you imagine having that in your display? Like, you'd have to have a wicked horror display for this. Mezco Toys, love it. I like this Catwoman, I just don't love the size of the head, which is kind of strange. Similar with this, I do like the outfit, not loving the head size. Unfortunately, these ones are wrapped in plastic, so I can't see them, but that's a hella. Let's move down a little bit to the figures we can see a little bit easier. We have Sabrina and her little cat. Awesome. Oh, that is a weird looking Joker. Once again, I feel like that would definitely haunt my nightmares if it was just, you know, in my display above my bed or in my room. In my man cave, maybe. This Planet of the Apes one I've seen a couple times, and every time I see it, it stands out. Do any of you guys collect Planet of the Apes? Now, I know we have some It fans, and of course, this is the newer version of Pennywise, but then we get into the Tim Curry versions, which are unique. Let's open this guy up and take a better look. I'm holding my camera, so it's a little hard to work it, but bear with me. Okay, cool. So we get 3 Tim Curry head sculpts in this box. I like the way that the cover box opens like that. Turn back now balloon. Very nice. It's a pretty cool figure, actually. Well priced, too. What's this one? Okay, we have another Tim Curry Pennywise from the original movie. Stuff of nightmares, everybody. Stuff of nightmares. This Pennywise still stands out to me more. I like the look of him better. I never really liked the Tim Curry version. I know that might be sacrilegious for all of you It fans out there, but the new actor who plays Pennywise, I think he looks better in the role. Moving down the shelf here a little bit. We've got some decent deals on some Walking Dead covers, which is awesome. There are so many Walking Dead books, I don't even know, I think, where I would start. These are cool. Some package deals, it looks like, for comic books. This Batman is absolutely huge, as well as the Riddler. I want to say it's almost a 6th scale, or like maybe call it 7th scale. It's pretty big. You guys would know better than me. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. Some of these DC Multiverse figures we definitely have seen at some of the other locations, but that's fair. I mean, you need to have still a broad selection. I do apologize for the reflection. The lighting in here is actually pretty bright, especially with these figures. What you guys may not realize is that I'm 6'2", and I'm actually holding the camera directly above my head. So the ceiling height in here is probably 9 feet, and some of these figures are literally at the 8 or 9 foot ceiling sections above some of these comic book racks. So again, we're going to get a little bit of reflection there, but that's okay. Superman has always stood out to me as well, actually, in terms of comic book art covers. I really like them. The red hood there, very nice. Batman, of course, is one of my favorite superheroes of all time. So anything Batman related always will draw my eye. If there are any comic books you guys are specifically looking for, again, let me know in the comments down below as well. I can always come back and take a much deeper dive into some of the comic books. There are just so many. I feel like I'd be here for hours with you guys. And obviously, I want to keep it interesting. I want you to be able to see a lot of things in 35 minutes. Some of these stand out, some of them are just okay. Nothing to necessarily write home about, but let's once again look at these figures. Okay, Teen Titans, very nice, okay. More DC Multiverse. Some of these figures I haven't seen in the local stores, so that's pretty cool. A couple of different Supermen up there. I like that Lex Luthor. The green on that's really nice. Really pops. Love the animated series. Oh, I don't know if I've seen Deceased Aquaman yet. Looks pretty neat. I've seen the Green Lantern quite a bit. Here we go. We have an Adventures Continue box set. Very nice. Now, I literally just reviewed the Harley Quinn yesterday. How unfortunate is that? This is only $88 for all 5 figures. I just spent $40 to get the Harley Quinn yesterday. That is the way she goes, folks. It's the way she goes. I may come back for that box, though, because that is definitely within my toy hunting realm for the day. Green Lantern, very nice. I like that they've gone out of their way to clearly pair some of their comic book art with some of the figures above. So you can kind of get both. I mean, if you send somebody in who doesn't know a lot about comics and you say, I like everything Green Lantern or I like everything Batman, you're going to be able to find a good comic book. You're going to be able to find a good figure. I'm thinking of my fiance, of course, because every time I send her into a comic book store, I say pretty much anything in that store I'll take. But you got to keep in mind, if you don't point them in somewhat of a direction, some of these stores can be pretty freaking overwhelming. I am unfamiliar with what these playmats are actually for, but they have a really broad selection, and I honestly haven't seen them in any other store, so I wanted to show this to you guys. Got the Martian Manhunter and the Flash. I hated that representation of the Flash in the CW show, so I would melt that figure if somebody got it for me. Sounds aggressive. That sounds aggressive and not appreciative. I wouldn't actually melt it, but I really didn't like the character. Very cool. Got some Logan. A Spawn Gorilla. Interesting. Love The Witcher. Anything Witcher, I am down for. The Wild Hunt is easily one of my favorite video games of all time. I put so much time into that game. Sorry guys, this Predator 2 is hard to see through the packaging, but it looks pretty neat. I've seen a lot of the Mortal Kombat figures coming to light as well lately, mostly from Mortal Kombat 11, so clearly they had a pretty broad selection. Geralt of Rivia. Ah, The Boys. Now, I have not seen the newest season of The Boys yet, so I'm very excited about that. I heard it's one of the best television shows out at the moment. My buddy Marco over at 16fix said he loves it, so if you get a chance, subscribe to the 16fix channel as well. He's an awesome dude over there. Spawn comics always catch my eye, but I don't know if I'd necessarily get them to read them. I just really like the art for them. Life is Strange was a weird video game. And Street Fighter? That's cool. You got a comic book for everything. Random shark in a bag. Couple more figures up here. Lots of Batman options, which is great. I've still been on the fence about that Penguin figure from the Batman movie. He's just kind of a boring figure, but I liked the character. That ghost face is kind of cool. We have another Pennywise. Again, stuff of nightmares. I would not want either of these things in my room. Like, look at this. Jesus. Beetlejuice. That's a classic. Terrifying looking face on this figure, though. So, again, ooh. Chucky. I can talk. God, I hope not. Child's Play 3 Chucky. Very cool. Okay. I've seen a couple more Chuckies around the corner, too, that we're getting to. The Seed of Chucky. Very nice. Another nun figure. Interesting. Creepy as hell. This is probably my favorite Chucky that I've seen, at least in terms of all my toy hunts. I think it looks the coolest. I don't like the look of this scale for this Michael Myers. It looks just a little too doll-like, which it is, but it doesn't... it detracts from the realness, in my opinion. Whereas the Chucky is a doll, so it looks like it's supposed to be a doll. This is my least favorite. It's more of the classic version. Again, I like that second one that we saw there. That's got a little bit of scarring on the face, but not like an entirely melted face like Child's Play 3. Now also, just so you guys are aware, I do have a different audio recording device in. This time, it captures my voice a little bit better and tunes out the background. I did find that this store specifically is blasting the tunes, which is awesome, but I'm worried about copyright, so just keep that in mind. Gorn, I've seen that figure a couple times, mostly at the Toys R Us, and Dune is still a movie I have not watched yet, at least the new one. I've seen the originals, but the new one I haven't seen, so I gotta get to that. Maybe we'll get it on for Movie of the Week over at Collecting Weekly at some point. These quarter scale Batmans are pretty cool. Now these guys are really jammed up on the shelf. And again, this shelf is probably 7 feet tall, so I'm a little bit worried about pulling it out. So I apologize, guys. I'm just kind of giving you kind of a peek in there for those quarter scales, but they're pretty cool, just the same. Aliens, always been one of my favorite franchises ever, and I don't think I actually have any collection of any aliens or xenomorphs or any of the cast members. So if you guys are looking for alien figures, Phoenix Comics in Calgary, Alberta. These guys have a lot. I feel like these Spawn figures should be over with the Spawn Comics. It's a bit of a missed opportunity. Let's take a look at these xenomorphs. Ooh. I like the look of that, but it doesn't feel like the classic version. I think I like the kind of the dark version instead. Oh, that popped right off the hook. I like that coloration a lot more. I think that one looks pretty cool. We have a Predator. Couple of Predators, actually. That is a really cool figure. Look at that. I really like that. I missed out on the Hot Toys 1/6 scale Predators back in the day. That was kind of before my collecting time, so it's unfortunate. Mothra from Godzilla. Very nice. I like the box artwork on that. That's really pretty. King Kong, of course. I almost called him Godzilla. Warhammer. Never got into Warhammer, to be honest, but the figures are pretty cool. Look at these Seinfeld pops. That's amazing. Jerry, Elaine, George, like the whole cast. Oh my god. That's amazing. Yev Kasim. No soup for you. That's amazing. Ooh. Pennywise before he becomes a clown. Creepy as hell. Yeah, they've got a good selection of pops here, actually. Some unique ones that I haven't seen at the other stores. I like that. We've got another Pennywise here. If you guys are a Pennywise fan, this is the store to come to, apparently. This has to be, what, 9 Pennywises we've seen in this store since I started? Look at that. Frankenstein's monster, but he's the turtle? Raphael? I don't think I've seen that. From NECA? That's really neat. That's really, really neat. I like that. That Predator's cool, too. Conjuring. More It figures from NECA. Chapter 2 and Chapter 1, as well as Halloween Kills. I actually liked Halloween Kills. I thought the movie was pretty well done. I will give it that. Seems like a great sequel to the first movie, even though, of course, it's not the direct sequel. Creepy as hell. So many Pennywises. Pan's Labyrinth. I like this movie, actually. It was a movie that I didn't expect to like very much, because I don't like reading subtitles when I watch films. It kind of takes me out of it a little bit, but still pretty neat. So just a quick shot at kind of what we've already toured through. But let's go downstairs. Before we do, there are a few figures just to the left, I guess. So let's maybe quickly take a look there. Lady Deadpool, G.I. Joe, PVC diorama, nice. Ooh, Borg. You guys know me and my love for Star Trek, so the Borg always stands out. I don't really like the look of that figure, though. I'm not gonna lie. Never saw this movie, The Dark Tower, with Matthew McConaughey. Looks like Matthew McConaughey, though. I'll give it that. That Kirk looks a little twisted. Not a fan. The Watcher is neat. The red lighting is kind of changing the coloration of the figure, but looks really good. Titanium Man. I've never even heard of that. What's Titanium Man from? Can you guys tell me? Okay, Khan, Uhura. Alright, let's go downstairs and see what else is here. I don't even know how big this basement is or what they've got down here. I've never been down here. This is cool. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh, we're going to be down here for a while. Some McDonald's pops. That's cool. I love it. Dark Side, very nice Green Lantern. Don't know who those guys are. They actually have a pretty decent video game selection down here, which is cool. So, something to add to my notes on the channel. If you guys come here, they've got, looks like games for kind of all the systems. But what I like to see is that they actually have some rare editions, which is really cool. Ooh, $600, Jesus. Harvest Moon Shot's one of Shauna's favorite games. I'm not going to spend $350 on that, though. I'd rather buy her a Switch. Otherwise, the pricing on those games is pretty good. But we're not here to see the games. We're here to see the figures. We've got another relatively broad pop selection down here, so I'm going to take you guys through these pops real quick. Get some Star Wars. Very nice. Some of these we've seen before. Oh, I've never seen this one before. Concept Series Yoda. That's neat. The Mandalorian. Pink Mandalorian. I should get Shauna a pink Mandalorian. She likes everything in pink. Are there any pops that you guys are looking for specifically at the moment? Again, shoot me a message in the comments if there's any pops you guys want. I like hunting. Toy hunting is fun. I think we're going to see an incredible return of the Fantastic Four in the next coming, year or two. So I wonder what kind of figures and 6 scale and pops we're going to get from them. That Peacemaker is pretty neat. I loved Peacemaker, so I might come back for that pop. He's only $12. It's not too bad. Casey Jones, nice. Ninja Turtles, love it. Zombie Captain America and Zombie Iron Man, very nice, as well as the Zombie Scarlet Witch. I don't like how green her face is, but I think it's cool that they've got the figure. Stretch Armstrong. I had a Stretch Armstrong as a kid. Now, I mean, this is going back, 25 years ago. But that thing was filled with corn syrup. Very, very cool. South Park is also one of my favorite shows of all time. I don't love the pops from South Park, though. I don't know. I don't like the way that their eyes look. I don't feel like it captures them very well. But still cool to have in your collection if you're a massive pop fan. Do you guys keep all of your pops in the boxes? That's another question I would have. Love to see it. Snake Eyes, the Baroness. Interesting. Some Simpsons characters. Again, not loving the eyes on those. I really want to see this middle rack. This middle rack is just absolutely jam-packed with figures. We're going to get there. Happy Days. Some unique pops here that I again just haven't seen at some of the other locations. We have a Daenerys. Oh, she even comes with 3 eggs. Gotta love it. And a chest for the eggs. Very nice. Oh, that's interesting looking. Not something I would buy, but kind of cool. Never seen that at the other stores. A Hannibal Lecter knit series. Very cool. I like that. Shorty the Clown. Oh, a Darth Maul Black Series. That's a neat figure. That looks really cool. Good pricing too. Oh, I love this Baxter Stockman. G.I. Joe. Don't really care. Got more Black Series over here. Some of these Black Series are pretty standard for the most part. Yeah, I think we've seen most of these at other locations. I like the classic Kenner card. I know I say that every video, but damn do they stand out. I really, really hope that we get to see still Padme in 1/6 scale form. I've got my fingers crossed that we're going to get a chance to see her, but I feel like it's not looking good, especially now that Celebration has kind of come to an end. I thought we might see her during Celebration, and no such luck. I remember this character. Not a toy I'd want to have, but still pretty cool. What is this? Oh, that's neat. Megazord, the X-ray version. This is basically just clear plastic. That's amazing. Ooh, I like that putty. Very cool. Not a bad price. Pretty consistent with what we've seen at, Toys R Us pricing and stuff like that. So you're not getting a wicked deal necessarily, but it's also not overpriced considering it's a smaller store, which I appreciate. Rita Repulsa's back in there. Look at that. We've got more Pennywise. Oh, that's probably the worst one we've seen, though. The likeness on that is absolute shit. Oh, my stepdad is a huge Wizard of Oz fan. I don't think he would like this, though. They look like old school Barbies, honestly. Maybe that's what they are. I don't even know how old that is. I think it's cool that they have it in their selection, let's be honest. Love to see the Monsters line. Slash. Very nice. Ooh. It's a pretty cool figure of Sauron, but his scale seems a little small. And there's no other figures that you could pair him with. I don't like... Yeah, he seems too small to me. Cool detail on him. Another nun figure. Now that actually is probably my favorite of the nuns that we've seen. Thundercats. Now these ones make me laugh because clearly the bodies I think are directly pulled from the He-Man television series, like figures anyways. Like look at that Michael Myers. He is jacked. That is 100% a He-Man. They all look like they've got identical bodies just repainted. I hate that. I mean I get it that they're older toys, but come on. Come on. Even this Raiden. That's the most jacked Raiden I've ever seen. It's all made by Funko, which is also interesting. I didn't realize that Funko made action figures like this. Maybe I'm just out of the loop. Lex Luthor. Very nice. And Black Manta. Black Manta, I really hope that in Aquaman 2 he gets a bit better of a story, because I think he's got some great potential as a character. Mutagen Man is pretty neat. Love these classic cards. What do we got in the back? Ooh, more aliens. Okay, aliens. Vasquez, Hudson, Ripley, and some Haunted Mansion figures. Who cares? Medieval Ash. Very nice. Army of Darkness. Great film. And Sam Raimi. Applaud to him for Doctor Strange 2. I know it's not for everybody, but I really, really liked it. Run DMC. That's amazing. That's amazing. I love that. Not a figure I would collect, honestly, but I mean, it's cool that they made it. That's so random. Got Mickey, if you are a Disney collector. The Goblin Queen. Should be Goblin something. Injustice 2. Thanos. Thanos is a little too small, not gonna lie. Don't love the character sizing there. Or the figure sizing, I guess. The character is badass. Some more Warhammer. Oh, you guys can see me in the reflection. I apologize. My Pose Wars sticker on the back of my cell phone case pops. What is this guy? Limited edition collector's set of Daredevil. Very cool. Very, very cool. That looks like a super original set. I wonder how old the production actually is on that figure. Really been enjoying Chapter 4 of Stranger Things. If you guys have not had a chance to watch it, I 100% recommend it. If you're a Stranger Things fan, even if you're not, I didn't love the first season, but I thought that 2, 3, and now 4 have been fantastic. So, totally recommend it. Got some Gollum in there. Some more Chucky. They really do have a big selection of horror toys in this store. I will give them that. The person who told me that was bang on, I'm not gonna lie. Got Harley Quinn from the Batman. That should be upstairs with that Joker that we saw. Those would pair very well together. Look at that, another Pennywise. Jeez, I wish we'd started counting. If we were taking shots for every Pennywise we were seeing, we'd be half in the bag by this point in the store. We've only been in here for 30 minutes. Dragon Ball. Ooh, some turtles. Very nice. These guys look like the old original turtles, which I appreciate because that takes me right back to childhood. He-Man. I loved He-Man as a kid. I never collected any of the figures all that much. Well, I shouldn't say that. Some of the original figures I guess I had in my collection, but as an adult collector, I haven't gone back to He-Man, and I really didn't love the Revelations He-Man on Netflix recently. I found it hard to get into. That clown always creeped me out so much in the original Spawn movie. He was creep. Fester. Very nice. Got some Walking Dead figures. I loved Walking Dead as a television show, but I've never been able to get through it entirely. It always starts to drag me down after about season 4 and 5. And I've never been able to revisit it and finish it off. Oh, I can't wait to see the newest season of The Boys. I might start that this evening, actually. Very, very excited. If you guys have seen any episodes of The Boys, please don't spoil it in the comments below, but let me know if you liked it, because I am getting pretty pumped. More figures, more pops, more comics. I mean, I haven't even shown you guys the comics section of this portion of the basement, because it's endless. There's just not a lot of front-facing covers, so it's not as interesting to look at, to be fully honest. Batman accessories set. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's cool. I really like that. I love classic X-Men. When you hear the X-Men theme in the Multiverse of Madness, when Professor X rolls out, can't beat it. Sent like literally chills running down my spine. I like that figure too. That's cool. He's huge. Ozzy Osbourne. Some more Alien vs. Predator here. Very cool. Oh, got some Back to the Future there we'll take a look at. Ooh, A Nightmare Before Christmas. I love Nightmare Before Christmas. I got Shauna watching it now every Halloween and then / Christmas. We kind of bleed it between the seasons. What is it for you? Is it a Halloween movie for you guys, or is it a Christmas movie? Avatar, very nice. Biff Tannen. I think we've seen this at one of the other toy locations, but man, does that box stand out for me. This Marty McFly looks pretty good. That likeness is almost better than the Hot Toys likeness. Don't hate on me for saying that, but it's not totally inaccurate. I was not a huge fan of the likeness with that figure. I'm not gonna lie. We have a Thanos statue down here below, as well as a Hawkeye. Very cool. Princess Bride again. I've seen a lot of Princess Bride toys in all the stores I've gone into recently, so I think that's interesting. Ace Ventura, very nice. And Ant-Man and the Wasp down here. Man, this shelf is just absolutely jam-packed. I want to make sure that I didn't miss anything. Oh, look at the box art. That is cool. That's a really good figure. I like that a lot. What's this one? Ah, very nice, Doc Brown. Very nice. I'm so excited for the 1/6 scale version of Doc Brown. I can't even tell you. What's back here? Oh, that does not look like Sarah Michelle Gellar at all, but it is what it is. Nightmare Before Christmas continued. Very nice. I could just hear the theme music while I look at these figures. Absolutely love it. I don't think I would collect them, because if you started collecting some of those, you'd want them all, right? And I mean, that's just the nature of collecting. I'm disappointed I haven't seen any more Batman in the Animated Series toys down here. All I've seen so far is that box set that we saw upstairs with the ladies. I'm not sure I want to spend $88 today. But fear of missing out might get me. Sabretooth and Domino, very nice. And Professor X. I like that he comes with his yellow wheelchair. It's a very accessible figure. That is most of this basement. Ghostbusters, I think we've seen at other stores, so we won't spend much time there. And those Star Trek we've seen. Yeah, I think that is pretty much it. What do we have here? A little more art. Frank Joe Harley, very nice. I gotta say, I am actually pretty impressed with this location. Considering I've never been in this store before, and I am a comic and toy collector and pop collector and all of the above, gotta say, I'm super happy with this store. So I think I will definitely be back. The owners here are really nice people. If you guys are ever in Calgary, Alberta, I 100% recommend stopping by Phoenix Comics. The staff here are great. They just let you look around. They've got great pricing, lots of selection, and they're just generally good people. But I would love to hear from you guys. What were your thoughts on this toy tour? I did not end up pulling the trigger on that animated series box set. I might come back for it for sure. But if you guys like this video, just hit the like button for me, smash the subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next toy hunt.